that Montana life.
Okay. All right, we're recording.
Okay. Cool. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks so much for popping on. Is everybody muted? Can I do that? Or
I can do it. Mute all. And you're good, Janelle.
All right. Steph, do you want me to just jump in and give the background before we jump in and give the details?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks everybody for popping on. Super last minute. I know we messaged all of you guys yesterday or today. And so if you are on this call, you've been hand selected by myself, Sarah, or Stephanie, because we see potential in you and we see that you guys are people that work your business. And so we want to invest extra time and extra money into you guys. And so I wanted to share what we have recently learned and what we want to implement. Now, we're not doing this team-wide, so we're not going to be posting this on the big team page. That's why we're doing a separate call for you guys. This is something you can duplicate with your teams if you want to. But again, we're not going to be doing this for every single level, every single person, just people we feel like are going to take advantage of it and really use this to build some momentum and push forward to their next goal. So kind of where this came from is Melissa Eichenhorst's sister, Christina Landrum, went Emerald a little while back, a few months back. And you guys probably don't know, because I know at some point we don't know like who's connected to who's under who, but right after she ranked, a bunch of her ranked. And so it wasn't an accident, it was very strategic. And so basically we've learned what they did to get a bunch of their people to rank, because we're like, what the heck, where did this come from? Because Christina's been around as long as all of us have been around. So her team has been around as long as all of us have been around. So we're like, what did you guys do different that had that happen? And so basically right before Christina ranked, it was a big corporate promotion, kind of like our Black Friday special. And they added a ton of people. And so some people on our team were kind of thinking, okay, well, how do we replicate that when there's not a big corporate promotion? And they also noticed, like most of us notice, we can bring people on, but keeping people on is a problem. So we've done, some things on the team page, like the new customer orientation, the Like a Boss Bootcamp, and things like that to try to fill in the gaps. But this is taking it another step further. So we'll explain kind of what it is. But basically the idea is to have our own incentive that we're doing together for the first month, second month, and third month. Now, the purpose behind that is, first of all, the incentive gets people off the fence and in. The second month will have a bigger incentive because that's when most people drop off. You guys know we sign people and then the next month they're gone. But if we give them a bigger incentive to stick around, we can keep them on the products at least that second month. And then the third month we have another incentive. That's a smaller one, but it's still an incentive. Because we know that most people are not going to see results unless they're consistent on their products for 60 to 90 days. And to get this incentive, they have to have 100 PV and they have to have their subscription on. They will not get it if they don't have 100 PV and they don't have their subscription on. So what that guarantees for us is that if they're ordering and if they have their subscription on, we are all making money. And that allows us to put some money back into our business. We're not going to give away all of our money, but we already know if they are going to be ordering, we are going to have a little bit of higher paycheck so we can invest a little bit more and have them stick around. And then in the process, we're going to be coaching them like we should be, making sure they're sticking with their products, get their regimens down, get them plugged into our orientations, and then help them get some customers as well. So even if they don't stick around for a long time, at least they'll have some customers to help us. So that stability will help us so that we can actually keep the people we're signing and we can actually have some momentum and move forward. So I will pass it along to Stephanie, and Steph will give you the nitty gritty of what this 3 month
Okay, so I'm hoping my connection is good enough that I don't freeze on you guys. Okay, so like Janelle said, it's a 3-month incentive, and I'm going to share my screen here. So, oh, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. Okay, so this is the graphic kind of explaining what the incentive is for each of the months. So the very first month, which we're starting with in December, is a sign-up bonus. So basically you're helping with their $34.95, their AWH fee, the $34.95. We're giving them $15 off of that. So the cool thing about the cost of all of this is that it's going to be split within, am I frozen? I see face.
You're cutting in and out stuff.
Okay. Go ahead and take it, Janelle, because I want this to be communicated.
Okay. Oh, Steph has the graphic right there. So basically what we're doing is the incentive is going to be split up between the sponsor, the person above them, and the person above them. So instead of one person, putting in $25, so say Amanda signs somebody. The first month she'll put in $5. I will put in $5, and my sponsor Jamie Holbert will put in $5. So really, it's like this person signed up. You're going to get at least a $25 bonus. You're chipping in $5 for that first month. So you're still coming up on top. And maybe that person wouldn't have signed up if they didn't have that incentive. Yep. So you can see the cost breakdown here. So for month 1, let's see, for the sign-up month, you can see the sponsor is going to earn $25. Mm-hmm. The upline earns $12.50, and upline above that person earns $7.50. And in that first month, we're only all pitching in $5. So the way that will work is, so Amanda will set up a little chat with myself and Jamie Holbert, my sponsor, and she'll say, hey, I signed up so-and-so, and then we will all PayPal Amanda. And then Amanda will PayPal the person she signed up. So they're not getting like $5 from everyone. They're getting $15 from Amanda.
Right.
But really, it's only $5.
Yeah.
So then the next month, it's a bigger incentive because like we said, we know that people fall off. So if we give them a bigger incentive, they're more likely to stick around. So it's basically a free product aside from Slim. So obviously, whatever your person is really needing, you're going to want to push, whether it's Vital Biome, Ease, Block, whatever it is. And we know like people end up of like BioCleanse. So let's give them one more product that will help them kick over that 100 PV consistently every month. So they will choose the product and you will coach them. The sponsor will coach them. Then the sponsor, after this person has their 100 PV and has their subscription on, after it processes, the sponsor will buy it from their virtual office and ship it directly to them. So the sponsor is going to get the PV for that. So it's actually pretty nice for the sponsor. And then it's split 3 ways. So the product could be, we'll say $12, including shipping, or $10 or whatever. And so you can see in month 1, everybody's still making $15. If this person hits 100 PV, everyone's making about $15, and we're giving about $10. So you're still going to be up a little bit. You're going to take a little bit of a hit, but you're still going to be up in money that month. The last month that they order, again, after they order their 100 PV, they have their subscription on, we're going to give them free shipping. Not that much. Like on Triplex, it's like not even $9, $8, $6, something like that. So the same thing would apply. Say Amanda had like 3 people she signed up. We could just rotate, like you'll pay for so-and-so shipping, I'll pay for the next person shipping, the other person will pay for the other shipping, or you could split it 3 ways. You can kind of figure that out with your upline. So, I mean, really that month we're giving in like $2 or $3, but we're going to be making at least 15 if they're hitting their points. And in the meantime, again, the goal would be to make sure they're being really consistent, helping them get to their health goals so that they will stay consistent long-term, and then also helping them starting to share, even if they just get 1 customer, that will help them maintain that 100 PV. That will give them some sort of money. So that will help offset the cost for them even more. So this is really going to help us in a few different ways. It's going to help build consistency. I mean, if you guys think, how many people do we sign? And if they could all just freaking stay on for 3 months, we can actually build some momentum and build some traction moving forward. So that's kind of what that scenario looks like. Now, I know a few of you have, Steph circled the net income. Even with us giving this incentive, you're still going to be making, the sponsor's still going to make $35. The second person's still going to make $22.50. The last person's still going to make $17.50. So you're still going to be up on top. You're not shelling out tons and tons of money, which I appreciate. And it's more of a team effort. And it will help us keep each other accountable. If I'm talking to Amanda, okay, like, are you checking in with that person? Are you helping walk them through detox? So you're not just kind of doing this just shot in the dark by themselves. The last thing I was going to say, I can't remember now. I was going to say, so I know some of you on this call, your upline might not be on this call, or they might not be working the business, or they might be MIA, whatever the case may be. That's okay. Some of you, I think, even if your uplines are not really working the business, I think that they would be willing to participate in this because it's going to help their paycheck. If they're not, we still want to support you. Sarah, Stephanie, and I are committed to supporting you guys because we know that you want to work it and we're willing to reach down to you. And so for those scenarios, we can just work that out. I don't want to make promises for anybody, but like I know some of you guys on here, my level 1s are not on this call, but my level 2s are. We'll just figure it out how it will look differently for us. So that's that for that portion. If you have questions, feel free to type it in the chat. We can maybe open it up for questions too. Steph, I don't know if you want to try to add anything.
Let me try, and if it doesn't work, it's okay. I also wanted to share that you're welcome to open this up to your downline. So if you are invited to this call and you have downline that's working it, you're more than welcome to include them on in this incentive, but the structure for payment will stay the same. So they're the sponsor, they're paying the sponsor amount, they're the next one up, so you're paying that amount. And if that includes one of us, then we're more than willing to do that. We're more than happy to. So feel free to include your downlines on this. And then, the same thing applies, like Janelle said, if there's somebody missing in the link, the chain of upline or downline, then someone's not working. In my mind, you just compress. It's just the way that we work. You just keep going.
I mean, for example, for some of you that, my level 1s are maybe not here, but my level 2s are. And if they're not working the business, I'll pay $7.50 instead of $5, for their sign up. It's not a huge, huge deal. But it could build a lot of momentum just chipping in that little bit of extra, but we can, work those details. And so, yeah, honestly, our whole team could do this, and I wouldn't mind because I'm not paying for everybody on the whole team. I'm just really taking care of my 1 through 3s. Yeah.
And the cool thing about this, I don't cut out, but the cool thing about this is that you're using December or the first month of the incentive to really push to get a large group of people signed up, as many as you can, which, we all want as many as possible all the time, but you're pushing for this big group. And then we're using the 2 following months to maintain those points. And you're still adding people in those following months as well. And so you're really growing that momentum. You're starting that snowball if we can really maintain a large number of that first push and then continue to add the following 2 months. And that's how those other teams were seeing really good number of rank advancements. And that's our goal for you guys.
Yeah. And just a note on momentum. We know that John Maxwell says momentum is the great exaggerator. And it's true. When you're in momentum, you can seem like, man, I'm just the best leader ever, but really you're just in momentum. And if we can just build some traction and get people to stay around a little bit longer and move forward, that will help. And we all know when you're in when you're in momentum and you have a lot of excitement, people want to be where the excitement is. So it's kind of a funny way that it works, but the more we can build excitement and our team's booming and growing, the more people are going to flock, and it will snowball, like Steph said. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if anybody has questions, I know Yesenia had a comment. I love this. What do we do if people don't have PayPal, though? I'm honestly not that familiar with it. So honestly, if you are on this call and you don't have PayPal, I would recommend that you get PayPal because it's the easiest way to do it. I mean, I am personally not going to write checks to people. I am going to require that people that are working with me have PayPal. You can write checks to people if you want. I just never get to the frigging mailbox, let's be honest. So if somebody you signed doesn't have PayPal, that would be on you to like send them a check or whatever you want to do. But people that I'm working with, I would require, personally, that's just me, I would require that you have PayPal just because it makes it a whole lot easier. Somebody's asking, what about those who join in January? So I would say, let's stick with this batch of people for now. Let's kill it in December and see how December goes, and then see if we want to replicate. And truly, you guys could do this every single month a year if you want to. We just know the thing is like with promotions, the reason why it works, the reason why Black Friday works, the reason why people go to sales is because it's temporary and it's an emergency. And it's like, if I don't buy right now, I'm going to miss out. And so if we're saying like, oh, we're going to offer this all year round, there's no urgency. And that's why we always, when corporate does promotions. So if we say, oh yeah, we'll do this 3-month special, but we'll be around in March when you want to, we'll be around next month. There's no urgency to get started. So I don't want to promise that we're going to keep doing this, but let's see how December goes and we can kind of see where it's at. I would encourage you guys to hustle like crazy at the beginning of December, because we already know it's starting to get really busy with the holidays. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as Christmas is over, people often jump in before the new year because they already know they're already chubby and feeling gross, or they're sick, or they're achy, or whatever the case may be. And they can jump in right after Christmas. So that takes you being really consistent now so that they want to come to you either at the beginning of the month or towards the end. So yes, I'm not catching up on all this other stuff, but I'll check the chat. Anything you want to add, Stephanie or Sarah?
I would just, unless Mom wants to, but really, really kind of as a reminder and like another plug to our orientation, new customer orientation. We started doing that last month, and we do it the first and third Monday of every month on a separate new customer orientation page. And so as you're getting these people signed up in December and beyond, anybody that you're signing up, really exaggerate or get people excited about the new customer orientation, whether they're a customer or a new ambassador. They need to be added to that page and encourage them to join in on one of the orientations, because not only they get an option or an opportunity to earn a prize, but we're doing a lot of the heavy lifting and talking to them about detox and what to expect, setting expectations, encouraging them to reach out to you guys. And so it's third-party validation to everything that you've probably already had a conversation with them about, and it's just kind of reminding them and getting them plugged in. And it's also helping build their belief, because we always have testimonies on there, and all of those testimonies are people that from our team that are going live in the group, and the testimonies are staying on that page. So once you've added them to the group, even if there's some time in between that time and when the next orientation is, they can still scroll back and look at all these other short testimonies, and it starts to build their belief in the product. And we all know belief is so huge. I hope that.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on the new customer orientation, I know it's not an opportune time for some of you, but for those of you, especially if you're adding your people to it, if you can pop on and, comment on their stuff, and the more ambassadors that are on there, because the content we post is good, but it's when ambassadors post on there and say, yes, don't worry, it's just detox, or yes, I have arthritis too, or yes, girl, my energy was so bad, and it's coming from all these different people. That's what makes the new customer orientation really, really powerful. I'm reading through some of the comments and stuff. So Rebecca is saying about January, there's typically a New Year's incentive either right before or right after New Year's. So, if corporate does an incentive, we can, just add it up and go on top of that.
Yep.
And then there is sort of a natural momentum at the beginning of the year. It's not natural if you're not working your business. It's not going to just all of a sudden, like, people are going to come to you if you're not being consistent. So if we can build momentum and all of us be posting really consistently, reaching out consistently now, once the new year comes up, that does bring a natural momentum, and there probably will be an incentive. I mean, we don't know for sure ever, but probably. And the cool thing is, if you wanted to, as you're signing people this month, they can also participate in this and say, hey, this is what we did for the incentive we're doing. If you sign people now, your friends and family are gonna get a ton of discounts right now. So again, it's building that urgency, like, hey, you signed up, let's sign up 3 more of your friends because they can hop on this right now. It might not be here next month. I don't think we're going to do this next month. So building that excitement and urgency all this month so we can get some forward momentum and traction into the new year, which would be even more exciting.
And December would also be a really fantastic month to do what we were talking about in the revamp group. If you take 2 weeks out of this month as we head into December to really grow your network and brand yourself that way, and then reintroduce Plexus and your story toward the end of December as we're heading into the new year, then you have a whole nother pool of people that are watching you that might just be ready. So I wanted to throw that in there too. Mom, do you want to talk about white lines? Using this with white lines?
Sure. So yeah, definitely this is a great way to get white lines back into the program. It's, you know, getting new people is great, and it's almost, you know, there's a fine line between bringing up the dead again but or going out and finding new ones. But this is a great way to keep to go back, have a reason to recontact them if you didn't contact them for this past incentive, or even if you did, so you can head back and reconnect with them. And also, I'm thinking the people that we signed, you know, that took advantage of the 125, you know, if we can get them and tell them about this as a way to get them to get people signed, so it's like they have a built-in incentive. So I think really that would be good for them too.
Yeah. Again, I think like Maria is asking about the revamp group. Maria, you're newer, so you weren't part of the revamp group, so don't worry about that. That's more for us old timers that have been around for a while.
You still have a great network right now, Maria.
On white lines, okay, so they're already, I guess they would just get $15 anyways.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, they're already signed up.
You could do that however you want, really, for the first month. You could say, oh, it's going to be $15 off your first reorder, basically, and then they get the same product the second month and free shipping the third.
Oh, yes, and white lines are people that have stopped ordering. Somebody had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're, well, oh, that's why we have, okay. So in the old system, in the old system, they used to be color. One color if they were current. And so, yeah, we don't even really have, we don't have colors anymore. So that probably, but yeah, so
Ghost.
Basically the people that have not currently, or they haven't been ordering for a couple months, so they weren't active, they would change color and they would be white. So that's where we get
they're basically ghosts.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you guys have more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you're feeling excited and you're anticipating moving forward and you want to shout out what your goal is for rank, type it in the chat, whatever it is. I know some of you guys are pushing for gold, Ruby, senior Ruby, whatever. Any of you guys that are close to Ruby, like January is the last opportunity to qualify for Ruby Retreat. So if we can build some momentum this month, get people to stick around and move forward next month, that would be super, super exciting. So I'm excited for a lot of you guys. I think this is going to be really good traction and really good momentum. I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Yes. While you guys are all here, I just wanted to share next week we had two really good trainings that'll be in our group. Veronica Mendoza and Michelle Hendrickson are doing healthy hacks for a healthy immune system, or hacks for a healthy immune system. So that'll be great to tag your wholesalers. That'll be just great for all of us to know how to articulate how to build our immune system. And they're going to be talking about Plexus products, but also just like natural, there are crunchy, holistic people, holistic health coaches on the team. So they're going to share with us Wednesday. I'm going to post that graphic soon. And then next Friday, we're going to get a tour from my corporate coach, Michelle Minnick, on the back office. I was going to do that this week, but I wanted to make sure everybody could actually log on to the back office before we did a training. So, but hopefully by next week, we will all be able to log on and benefit from that. So
well, I thought of one more thing. If anyone is on here and you want to extend this to your downlines, I would encourage you guys to reach up to whichever the three of us, Sarah, Janelle, or myself, is your closest upline. And I know the three of us would be more than willing as an individual to do a small Zoom with you and your smaller teams to talk about it and get them hyped up about it. So if that's something you want to do, definitely don't hesitate to ask whoever you're connected to.
Okay.
Yay.
Sounds good. Unless you guys have anything else. Rebecca's asking if we have replicated sites. Yes and no. Depends on how many times you click that button. What has been using is My Site, SITE, mysite.plexusworldwide.com/ whatever your name is. I feel like that works more often than not, but okay, the children want to say hello. The big children.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Okay.
Bye-bye. And I need the recipe.
Okay, well, I need you to wait.
No special group. This will just be between you and your upline. So you guys could do like a little group chat if you wanted to kind of keep up on that.
All right, cool. Well, short and sweet. If you guys have any questions, we'll have this recorded. So if you wanted to re-watch it or whatever, we'll get it. All right, guys. I'm excited. December's going to be a good one. We love you guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.